welcome inside this episode of Zippity's Garage. Thanks for pushing that play button, guys. My name is Jeff Zippity Doodah, and I'm one of the Corvette specialists down here in Atlantic City, New Jersey at Ciocca Corvette, one of the nation's largest Corvette dealerships. So this video is kind of like a hodgepodge of a bunch of different clips from the past couple of months because I've been saving up all of these clips to put into this one video. And like the title says, it is about color override combinations. Let me know in the comments section below. Do you believe these should be color overrides for an extra cost? And all of these cars were custom ordered by the customer. We would not order a color override setup for a stock unit. So please let me know your thoughts on these particular color combinations. And just this past week, Chevrolet and General Motors unveiled the unthinkable with that 1,064 horsepower new ZR1. At this point in time, we are not taking any reservations. We are not taking any deposits until we have more information from General Motors on pricing and what allocations are going to look like. We do have a plan, and that is our plan right now. It is a wait and see until we get more information from General Motors. So with that being said, let's jump into this first color override combination here. This is a brand new Cacti green E-Ray convertible, custom ordered to the customer's spec. And he went with the Cacti green exterior, carbon flash nacelles and roof. But where that color override comes in is he went with the adrenaline red interior. Added some carbon fiber and some stealth to the doors, but there is that bright red interior combination up against this Cacti green. It's not the first green and red Christmas car that we've seen here, but it is absolutely positively the first E-Ray that we have seen in this color combination. Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think of this green and red E-Ray. So with all that being said, guys, let's jump into some of the other color combinations we have. Zippity's Garage out on location, doing it from my cell phone, so I apologize for any wind noise or bad audio. But this is a Ciocca Corvette customer car that was delivered here at the museum to one of our local customers here in Kentucky. And this certainly qualifies as a beautiful build and also a color override. So I'm going to drop this into my color override video. But it is the Accelerate Yellow, but he's got a ton of red accents on this. You got the dual stripe running the entire length, and then a two-tone black and red interior with the yellow seat belt. You know, yellow and red interior like this was really prevalent back in the C5 days. You don't see it too often in the C8, but I think this is a very well done example. You have just enough red here on the stripe, you got the caliper and the wheel, and then that pulls through into the interior, and then also this really nice yellow seat belt. What do you think of this particular color override running with a high wing, dual stripes on yellow and red? So with every rule, there always is an exception, and here's my exception for this video. We talked about doing a color override video. This is not necessarily an override, but certainly is one you don't see every day, and as an added bonus, it is an E-Ray. So we're going to cover this Arctic White E-Ray, done up with a lot of visible carbon fiber. You have it on the side mirrors, the side intake, as well as the rear spoiler, done up in a visible carbon fiber. They did carbon flash nacelles, carbon flash roof. Now we're going to check out the interior of this car because it's something you don't see very often. I really like it. White exterior and the sky cool gray two-tone interior done up with the stealth as well as carbon fiber level 2 interior. Let me know what you think of this particular setup, guys. I really like it. Two-tone GT2 seat. They added a blue seat belt to it, which, you know, plays off of the blue for the E-Ray. And the carbon fiber level 2 interior gets you this piece, which is exclusive to the E-Ray and Z06. You cannot get that for the Stingray from OEM. Really, really nice spec. Front lift on this car. That two-tone sky cool gray and black interior really plays well with the Arctic White. You get the Alcantara here in gray, as well as up on the roof, and that blue seat belt really does play nicely with this particular setup. And again, look at the stitching here on the door, stealth interior, carbon fiber level 2, goes really nice with that visible carbon fiber on the exterior of the car. What do you think of white with sky cool gray? This time using a red mist metallic exterior. This particular car is a 2LT convertible. Happens to have the carbon flash nacelles, carbon flash roof, carbon flash low-rise spoiler, black wheel, edge red caliper, nice looking spec, and the override interior color in this one happens to be the adrenaline red. This is one of the more popular color overrides that we see. This one happens to be a two-tone interior using the jet black and adrenaline red interior combination. Let me know, should this really be an override? Sure, the red mist and the adrenaline red don't match perfectly. The adrenaline red is closely matched to the torch red exterior, but General Motors calls this an override. And this particular 2LT opted for the GT2 seat, and then they also opted for the two-tone, so it gets you that black leather insert and the red bolsters on this particular override. Continuing through, you see that red leather interior here. Really nice red stitching throughout. Again, nice little setup, but let me know in the comments, should the adrenaline red interior and red mist be considered an override? General Motors thinks so, but like I said, this is one of the more popular color override combinations that we see at the dealership. This is the red mist metallic with the edge red caliper. You can see how that color looks together. And this particular build has the carbon flash roof. That makes the A-pillar here carbon flash. The roof is carbon flash. The nacelles are carbon flash. But this is the color override setup on this particular car. This is the adrenaline red interior. So we're gonna look at the spec. Front lift, mag ride, carbon fiber interior, carbon flash nacelles, performance exhaust, red mist tint coat, color combination override for, let's see, that's $695 plus the calipers and the chrome badges. So let's take a look at that single colored interior. We've had a couple of red mist, but it was the two-tone black and red. This is strictly the single color adrenaline red interior up against the red mist. There's the adrenaline red interior, red mist exterior. What do you think? Should this be a color override? I think it looks good together. They're not a perfect match, but hey, neither is, the blue on blue, the Rapid Blue with tension blue or Riptide with tension blue. Those aren't a perfect match either for an interior to exterior combination. Here we have an Amplify Orange convertible done up with the Stingray R package. This particular spec, Amplify Orange, Stingray R decals, body colored mirrors. The Stingray R includes the center cap on the wheel, as well as the Stingray R decal on both doors. This spec went with no spoiler on the back, and then that carbon flash nacelles, as well as the roof. Now the interior for the color override on this spec went with adrenaline red interior. And this almost looks like a two-tone, but it is truly the adrenaline red interior. And this seat this owner went with the competition seats. Looks similar to the GT2 in the same pass-through, but the competition seat has more bolstering here in the torso, as well as down here in the thighs. So again, you can see that adrenaline red interior carried through, and you get the red stitching, red center dial here on the steering wheel. This car also has front lift, and then the stealth interior package, which gets you this black here, as well as around the window switches and so forth. Pretty cool spec. Like I said, everybody has a different reason for doing the different color overrides, but I have not seen this one in the past. And something that we're trying to do here at Ciocca is we are laminating the window stickers, and we're trying to add some color to that lamination. This one we went with orange to match that exterior paint, and this car has a sticker price at $95,850. Front lift, competition seats, magnetic ride, carbon flash nacelles, performance exhaust, the Amplify Orange tint coat. There's that color override, stealth interior, black exhaust tips, and the battery protection package. So here's one you don't see every day, guys. Orange with the adrenaline red interior. So here we have a Riptide Blue 2LT coupe, and the color override on this particular interior is the adrenaline red interior. Actually a two-tone black and red, And from a color override standpoint, this is one that we see a little bit more often than most. And let me know your thoughts. Should this be an extra charge color override? Because think back to, say, like the 1996 Grand Sport. The more sought after version of that car is the blue exterior with what they would call the red guts. So blue exterior, red interior. This particular one is the two-tone. Being that it's a 2LT, they upgraded to the GT2 seat. And not only did they do that, they upgraded it to a two-tone, and then they added the suede insert. So this particular car has suede here in the interior, then the two-tone with the red and black with that suede on the insert here on the seat. It also makes that nice Alcantara suede steering wheel as well. And you can see that red interior leather is carried through the center console here. Car also has front lift. Really nice looking spec. So from a color override perspective, do you think the red interior up against the blue exterior should be an extra cost option? It is on this particular build. Take a look at the overall window sticker. Another laminated window sticker here. Kind of match that blue on blue here with the backing or the framing of the lamination. But it's a Z51 magnetic ride, GT2 seat, 20-spoke midnight gray wheels with the red stripe, color override, bright red calipers, the suede micro wrapped steering wheel, two-tone seats, and the carbon flash painted mirrors. So really nice spec when you talk about a color override setup. Should this be a color override from General Motors? So here is a Seawolf Gray. I don't think we've had a color override combination on this exterior color. So this is the first one we've seen that has a Seawolf Gray exterior with a color override. The color override on this particular one is the jet black interior with sky cool gray seats. So this is a 3LZ, and they opted for the microfiber suede steering wheel, which includes the suede inserts on the seats. So this is going to be a gray on gray. So let's open up the car, take a look at it. I did remove some of the plastic on the seat, but this car is still getting ready for PDI and getting cleaned up. But that's what the gray on gray looks like. I don't think this looks bad, guys. What do you think? Like I said, the Sky Cool Gray looks really nice, and then has the microfiber insert here, and then it also carries through the microfiber here on the steering wheel. And that's really about it. You get the white stitching on the dash when you go with the Sky Cool Gray. So what do you think? And then that stitching also carries through on the 3LZ coupe up on the roof. So what do you think of the gray on gray? Sky Cool Gray on a Seawolf Gray coupe. What do you think of this combination? So here is a Rapid Blue exterior. This one happens to be a Z06 convertible. It also has the color override setup. Again, this is somewhat of a pretty popular color override, doing a blue exterior, and the interior in this one happens to be the two-tone red and black. So again, let me know your thoughts. Do you think this should be a color override, an extra charge? That's exactly what it is. And this one is a 3LZ. You can tell that by the Alcantara A-pillar here. So that includes the GT2 seat. But then they opted to do a two-tone, and then they actually added the red seat belt to this particular build. So really slick. I like the red and blue. Again, it harkens back to the 1996 Grand Sport. Blue exterior, white stripe with that red interior. Really cool setup. Let me know your thoughts on the Rapid Blue with the two-tone black and red interior. So here's a custom color override on a white, Arctic white. This is a Z06 convertible. We have not covered this combination just yet. Let me know, do you think this deserves to be a color override setup? So this is an Arctic white car with the Sky Cool Gray interior it's a black interior with Sky Cool Gray seats. So you got the GT2 seats, white stitching and so forth across the door panel and across the dashboard and on the steering wheel here. So really nice setup, but a white on white Z06 convertible. What do you guys think of this color combination, and should this be a color override? So here's another car that I want to cover as far as unique or color overrides. While this one is not an override, it is a unique build, and I want to make sure we capture it. So it's a torch red Z06 convertible, has the body color accents. So you can see the body color up here, body color on the side blade. But what makes this one unique, it has the natural dipped interior, again, which isn't too unique, body color here, but what the original owner did, and this car is for sale, it is a pre-owned Z06 with warranty, but what this owner did is instead of having the natural seat belts added, which is a part of the dipped interior package, he opted, or she opted, for red seat belts. So again, normally when you're doing a dipped interior, that seat belt is the same color as your interior. This is pretty slick with the red seatbelt against the natural dipped interior. The dipped interior carries through the entire door panel, across the dash, across the headliner, but I really like this red seatbelt against the torch red exterior and the bright red brake calipers. What do you think of this red dipped, the torch red Z06, natural dipped interior, and the red seatbelt? Let me know in the comments. What do you think of this setup? So here is a Rapid Blue Z06 convertible in what a lot of people would refer to as maybe a superhero build, meaning like Superman colors or Captain America. What's pretty wild about this particular one is it's kind of has two custom options on it. One, the Rapid Blue is obviously an upgraded paint color, but doing a color override with red dipped interior. Then this particular owner opted for the tension blue seat belts as well as the competition seats in red. So this is the competition or GT3 seat in the red dipped interior, and then opted for the tension blue seat belt. Let's take a look at what that does to the window sticker. Pretty wild build. So it's a 24 Z06 3LZ convertible. You've got the color override for $695. You have the competition buckets for $500, the Rapid Blue for $500, then the tension blue seat belts for $495, and it gets you this combination. Plus the stealth interior, pretty cool as far as, you know, what folks like to refer to as either a Superman build or Captain America. What do you think of the Rapid Blue with the red dipped competition seats and blue seat belts?